Okay. Okay, that's working. So why isn't this working? Seems like I'm running into the same issue I had before now. I'm not sure. And I went up there to take care of the issue. Thought the issue was taken care of. Okay, let me see here. Okay, I think I might be in business. Four, five, four, eight. Okay. Ohio. Okay, so where I left off at, I'll just kind of go through this a little systematically. Let's see here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to, let's see, Michigan 588. Michigan 588. Michigan 588. Let's see here if we can do this a little bit easier here. No, let me pull this over this way. How about that? A 5-year-old can pick out fire. I promise that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I need some help. I need to reword the promise and the guarantee, and I need to make it hurt. That's what I need to do. So, I need to reword these things. I'm keeping manifest in there because that's what they're doing. That's what I'm causing them to do. I put this together on 8/15. I said I guarantee that you would see it by 8/21, ladies and gentlemen. And this was your 588 Michigan right there. And I said it would happen within the next 24 to 48 hours. I kept that promise, ladies and gentlemen. For today, with the only number on fire, and there's your proof right there. Ladies and gentlemen, numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. At 4:35 a.m., at 4:35 a.m., at 4:35 a.m., that number was not lying. At 4:35 a.m. At 4:35 a.m., the only number on fire, ladies and gentlemen, the only number on fire. That should prove something. That should prove something. 847 did not lie. Okay, so now I am going to take care of that right there. All right, let's do your 817, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do that 817. Let's do that 817. Your 817 told you exactly what was going to happen. It said, wait, don't wait. It said, look, I promise I'm going to show up. It said, look, if you don't listen to him, you're not going to win. It told you that. It said, look, I want to tell you right now, look, take a look. Take a damn good look. 817. Straight, ladies and gentlemen. 817. Straight, ladies and gentlemen. Coming from the 009, but it don't make a difference. It really don't make a difference. What makes a difference is the fact. This is the fact right there. This is why they keep kicking me out and they don't want me out there doing what I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen, because I do this too well. I do it so well that they just don't want me doing it. I told you, this is what I promise will manifest between 813 and 819. I also guaranteed that 817 would go to Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, all right, now I'm going to see if I can go one step higher. Let's see if we can go one step higher. Let's just go check it out real quickly. Real quickly. Look at this here. Let's see here. Just as I thought, just as I thought, just like I knew, numbers don't lie. And this is why you see me doing what you see me doing. Because of the simple fact that they told me to focus on my top five, three digits, promise the top two will fall. They will manifest between 811 and 817. Today is 816. Also guarantee that you would see 817 fall in Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, that's your number one number. That's the number that I promise. And I kept that promise that you would see that number fall. And let's see here. Because I kept that promise that it would fall, ladies and gentlemen. Because I kept that promise that it would fall, we're going to highlight that 817 so you would know that I wasn't playing around with that combination. Number one number, promise kept. This is your proof that I did this at 11:22 a.m. on 8/11. Knew that that was going to be the number one number. Knew that we were going to call that number straight. Knew that it was going to fall on today's date, 8/16, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's go for your, let's see. This is the Ohio hook up here. Okay, now I gotta go and see if I actually put that in there. Yes, I did. So let's go and check this one out. Your 1117, we have the answer to it already. I need you to write this down, ladies and gentlemen. 1976. Go 1171. 9086, ladies and gentlemen. 8920-1283, 9088, and 6 deuce, deuce, deuce. These are going to be your magnificent 4 digits for the state of Ohio. 2 states before, 2 states after. And we have 1117. Focus on my top 4. 816 to 822. I gave you the numbers, so you should know what to do. Let's see here. Copy. Four 4495. That's the return. 8760 8867 5360 3687 2031. I need you to watch out for 6687 and 6787 along with the 8867. That's all coming from your 8879 and your 9769 and your 9544. And in all actuality, that is all 9544. The catalyst of all of that energy. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so let's see here. I did say, hold on. moving so fast, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing doubles. Okay, hold on here. Top five. This was for the 1117. Let me see if I put that out there yet. Yes, I did. So it's safe to say that I can do your 9544. 9544. This is Florida midday draw. Let's take these out here. Okay, 2031-6787-6687-3687, 5360-8867-4495-9544, 8760, Florida. Okay. I don't know if I was finished looking at that 95444459 4495 49454 4945. Okay, moving right along. Let's see what we have here. We're 8879. Mm. 03612301. Okay. Looking at 8879. Let's see here. Mm. 8879988700261. You want to write those down. And this is for your 8879 in Michigan. Okay. 8879. Okay, 8879, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see okay, 0156 5666 quad 8 6504 5634 2301 8879 9887 0261. And all that's coming from 8879. Okay. Let's go for your 200. $200, ladies and gentlemen, 200. 2 hours ago, I told you to play 200. Had it coming from your 064, told us to play 200 straight. Okay, so after you get 200, you automatically know you're looking at 11. You're looking at 20. Two, four, three, 4, 5, 6, 200. Your best doubles, 200, 110, 255. I'm going to say 992. Watch out for that 206. Watch out for 640. Select all copy. Okay, and we automatically know 255, 885, 958, 578, 681, 579, 874, 943. 588 Michigan. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take me a slight break. I'm going to start uploading these forecasts to the website dynamicpredictions.onrender.com. The only thing that's going on that website is the promised and guaranteed combinations. Again, I'm looking for a new way to reword these predictions because it's causing me a lot of problems, and I'm trying to alleviate these problems. So again, you'll know that these numbers are promised. So that'll be the select information that you'll have, that everybody else that'll just be bumping into me, coming in contact with me, they won't know this, but you will. So going forward, uh, let's see here. Oh, we can go through what we didn't see from earlier. There's your 5420. Number one number, ladies and gentlemen. Number one number, ladies and gentlemen. I told you to stop playing with me. Again, if you can't play my number one number, you shouldn't be in my group. Number one number. There you have it again, guaranteed. Specific information. Focus on top five four digits when you're considering to invest. I said these numbers would manifest between, look at this, on the date. I said it would drop on 8/16. Ladies and gentlemen, I also said, look, I also guarantee the number 1, 2, 3, 4 number, the number 4 number to drop in Tennessee. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go and take me a little small break. I'm going to put together uh, the predictions that's going to go onto the website. Again, once you get your website subscription, that's when you take that receipt and you push it to dynamically driven at gmail.com. Once you push that to dynamically driven gmail.com, I will send you a link to my Discord. The only advantages that you have to being in my Discord is you get the predictions right away. That's the only advantage. You still got to go through the feed and look at those number one numbers. You still got to go through the feed and, like a 5-year-old, pick out the fire. But I'm not even trying to get you to play with the fire right now because you might get burned. I just want you to stick with the number one number until you learn how to win, because it's obvious that most people don't know that that's all I recommend is the number one and the number two number for any state, for any state, for any state, the number one and number two number from the 7 catalyst states. I show you every single day what it can do all around the world. Same song. I just want people to listen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. I love you all. Abundant prosperity in health and in wealth to all who follow me and believe in the hard work that you see me doing. Oh, I had questions about this here that I did earlier. Let me see if I can make it make sense. This right here, I don't normally do because it requires a lot. It does. It takes a lot. So, like I said, normally I would charge $30 for something like this. This is good for 7 days. When I do this, like I said, it requires a lot of time, a lot of energy to make sure that I'm doing it right, to make sure that I know exactly what I'm talking about. And I told you earlier that this works all around the world. Same song. Somebody told me today that those triple deuces came out. I told you that that was going to happen. I told you when you see 2, 2, 2 within that top line, it was going to happen. They gave you 2, 2, 2, 2. They gave you 4 of them. Why wouldn't they slide in a triple for you? Why wouldn't they? Why don't they slide in it with a 0? Come on now, somebody. You just may see it. We got that sum of 6. That's 2, 2, 0. That's 2, 2, 0, 2. That's 2, 2, 0, 2. I'm saying 2, 2, 0, 2 because I see 2, 0. Move the 8 2. 2202. 2202. Don't forget about your 1638. Don't forget about your 4623. Don't forget about your 8655. I forgot to highlight the 987 and the 876, but those numbers should be highlighted. They're just minor bullseyes. Your 654 and your 543, your 432, they're major hitters. So when you see me put together the pairs and the sums, when a number falls out and you see those pairs and those sums within the numbers that you see me writing down, highlighting and circling and putting in red, letting you know that that number is going to fall. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. I got to take me a small little break. And I'm going to go and start uploading this information to the website.